Hello everyone. I'm checking in to make a video documenting day one of my process of quitting smoking. In my previous video I talked a bit about how I have been finding myself addicted to smoking tobacco again for the first time in 7 years, and that I've been pretty deep in my cannabis addiction this past year as well. And I've been really approaching these things from a very different perspective. In the past, I would have been very judgmental towards myself. I would have been very critical. I would have pushed from a place of, unbeknownst to me at the time, I was pushing from a place of feeling unworthy of love and trying to prove myself as worthy of love. And I've been doing a lot of work on that. So on the surface, as all of these things have been happening, I've been smoking tobacco, I've been smoking ganja, I relapsed on coffee after 2 years of no coffee. After all these things have been happening, underneath that I've been doing this really deep work on learning to just accept myself and love myself no matter what choices I make. And at times I've wanted to push, I've wanted to say, okay, I think I'm ready. And in my meditations and in my my prayers, there was a clear guidance of no, like, it's okay. You're right where you need to be. Everything's fine. When you're ready, you can let go. When you're ready, you will let go. Give yourself the time. It's okay. Everything's fine. And there was a lot of conflict around that at first. At first there was a lot of like, well, what do you mean? Like, of course I need to do this. Blah, blah. I didn't realize that I was trying to quit as a way to prove to myself and to God that I was worthy of love. But I've been worthy of love the whole time and had nothing to prove. All I need to do was surrender. And so I've been doing that deep work, and this past week in my meditations and in my prayers, I got a different wisdom, different guidance, and suddenly the knowing said, yeah, you're ready. And I thought, whoa, hold on, wait, I'm ready? What do you mean I'm ready? I kind of like this. I kind of want to hold on for a little longer. No, you're ready. You sure I'm ready? You sure I don't need to just love myself more? Maybe I'll just keep smoking and loving myself and it'll be good. No, you're ready. You're ready. And so, this is day one. I have some hemp cigarettes that I picked up to help with the transition, and I have a little bit of a vape pen. It's like a CBD with a little bit of THC in it. And I'm using those to help transition. I imagine I'll use up the pen pretty quick. There wasn't much left in it. But that's the plan. I'm going to use those, and I'm really focusing on this self-love work. And I recently picked up a book called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. I can't remember the author's name off the top of my head, but it's an amazing book. And in this book, he breaks down a really simple, common sense practice to loving yourself. We all understand this thing. It's almost cliche, right? Oh, love yourself. How can you X, Y, and Z until you love yourself? We all hear that all the time. But how many of us actually have a practice of cultivating that self-love? Not many of us. So my strategy for quitting smoking is to document the process, to express myself, being the Leo that I am, and to really come back to that prayer and that reason why I quit, that I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. All right? This is one of the main practices in the book, is just rewriting that neuroprogramming. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. And I've found in the little work I've done with this so far that the more I do that, the more everything else kind of becomes effortless. And because I am following that guidance, I do believe that I'm truly ready. You know, I've been sitting in it with myself, and I realized that, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to choose the life that I know I'm capable of choosing. And before, I wasn't capable of choosing because I was just so tangled up. I was just so tangled up in all of the reasons I wasn't worthy of love. All of the reasons I wasn't worthy of love. Just tangled up. And dissolving those and letting those go one by one, and handing it over. Through that process, I really have gotten to a place where I'm ready. And I'm going to take a step on this grand experiment that I've been engaged in for quite some time now, on choosing to love myself before changing the circumstances of my life, rather than to change the circumstances of my life in order to receive love. This grand experiment that I've been involved in for quite some time before I even could articulate exactly what it was. Now I know exactly what it is, and I understand exactly how it works, and I'm ready. I'm ready. This body is ready. This being is ready. This heart is ready to be without that fear. To be without that fear that is the underlying cause of all of my compulsions and all of my addictions. That I'm ready. So put it down. Hand it over. Hand it over. Hand it over. As many times as it takes. So, thanks for watching. Please check in again soon. I'm going to make a bunch of these, I think, documenting this process. Thank you very much.